No hymen, no diamond.
Ladies, where have all the good men gone?
Modern women today just keep searching for the good man.
If you ever want a man, come here.
Ladies, I have figured out where the men hang out at.
Little did they know,
Leaving a good man.
they're the ones who drove them away.
Leave women alone.
Leave women alone.
Men are no longer approaching women on the road.
Men, please stop approaching women.
I honestly find that guys aren't approaching girls at the bar anymore.
So the nice guy video. It's okay to leave the nice guy.
This guy is so sweet.
If being a good guy isn't enough, then what is the point in men even trying to date?
How do you tell a good guy he's not the one? This is so hard. Oftentimes when we're dating, if we find a good on paper guy or just a really good guy in general that you know isn't the one for you, it's still hard to let them go.
I went on my third date a couple weeks ago, and after the date, I had told my sister, this guy is so sweet, but he's not the one for me, and I feel so bad.
Leaving a good man. Now that's hard. It's easy when they're to you where they really hurt you. It's actually easier to move on because you're upset, and sometimes that upset or that rage can give you power to move on.
So last night I ended things with a guy that in one of my previous videos I had referred to as the most intentional man I've ever spoken to. It really does suck because he truly is amazing, has a lot of the things I'm looking for in a person, but we hung out like 6 or 7 times and I just wasn't feeling it.
The simple truth here is that no matter how good of a man you are, it's still not enough. Take this woman as an example. She openly admitted that she found exactly what she was looking for in a man, yet somehow it still wasn't enough for her. That statement alone is a contradiction in itself. To make it worse, she added more to justify her dissatisfaction, as though perfection wasn't sufficient. These women here who are purposely discarding the good man for no actual good reason will end up becoming just like these women here who are storming up Home Depot to find a husband.
Okay, so everybody told me if you're going to go to Home Depot or Lowe's looking for men, you need to go on a Monday morning early. But my question is, what do you wear to catch a Home Depot man? I dress pretty nice for work and I'll be going to work right after, but I do have time to change. Is this a sundress situation? Activewear? Jeans? Do I wear what I'm going to wear to work? I can't believe this is my life right now.
Listen, if you ever want a man, come here. Between the hours of 6 a.m. and 9 a.m., they in here. You hear me? They in here. Better listen.
This here is what I call peak desperation. It's when modern women throw their most precious years away, then later on try and find a good man to settle down with, because they no longer have a wide range of options like they used to. The problem is, by this point, many of these women bring more baggage than value to a relationship. They've spent years rejecting good men, often in favor of temporary excitement, and now expect those same men, or men even better, to rescue them from their bad decisions. The irony is that these women are searching for stability and commitment after dismissing the very men who were willing to offer it during their prime.
I said what I said, and I said it, I think, on behalf of all women. Please stop dating if you are broke. There's no argument to be had. Argue with your boss for more hours. Okay? Because a woman like me, I'm going to break your achy, breaky, broke heart. Okay, pumpkin?
I'm looking for a man in construction. Handy. Fix things. Looking for a man in construction. 5'5", Latino.
Too late for that.
Where are the men? What happened?
That is a really good question.
I don't know who's to blame.
I could think of a couple possible answers in regards to who's to blame, as I'm sure we all could.
Men don't want to be men anymore.
It's not that they don't want to be men anymore. It's that they've been told over and over again by society and various other groups of people that they're full of toxic masculinity, and the traditional ways in which many men behave is no longer wanted by a large number of people.
I feel like we're around a bunch of Peter Pan. What happened to men and values and family?
What motivation do men really have to act like men when all they get in return is condemnation, criticism, and disparagement?
Taking care of their women and just being the man and the protector.
Let's not forget the large number of women out there that are constantly saying,
I don't need a man. I don't need a man for nothing.
so yeah, that's what's happened to men.
The same woman asking, "Where are the men?" or "What happened to men?" is the very one loudly proclaiming she doesn't need a man. Well, madam, if you truly don't need them, then why are you out here searching for them? The contradiction is glaring. You can't have it both ways. Dismissing men when it's convenient, and then expecting them to appear when you suddenly change your mind. It's not that good men no longer exist. It's that they no longer see the point in engaging with women who only start searching for them when the options they once had begin to dwindle. Respect, consistency, and mutual effort are what good men seek, and many modern women, blinded by unrealistic expectations or past decisions, have pushed them away without even realizing it.
Beats, want to know where to find a good man at? Usually if you find him here, he probably is a homeowner, probably got his shit together if he owned his house. Y'all, this is where you find him at. This is where you need to come. Home Depot. This is where you come. So, your girl out here trying to find her a good man. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm still shooting a few jumpers on the
I told you it's good man in Home Depot.
No.
It's good man in Home Depot. I'm telling the girls.
Wait a minute.
The man's is in here.
A lady came with...
Amazing. Keep in mind, fellas, Home Depot is quickly becoming the final destination for many modern women, the place where they start looking for a husband, or should I say, a man to fund their lifestyle. It's almost comical how some women, who once claimed they didn't need a man, are now scoping out men who can provide financial security and stability. They're not there to pick up a hammer or some nails. They're scouting for someone who can help build the life they want. What's even more ridiculous is that many of these women still don't see the contradiction. After spending years saying they could do it all on their own, they're now searching for a man to handle the heavy lifting, both literally and financially. Beware of leeches.
Some of these men are out here, no hairline, weird penis, being like, what does she offer? Go back into your mother's womb. You weren't cooked long enough.
Where are all the good men? Well, if they're not dead and they're not married, they're probably walking away because they've realized that it's really hard in this society to find a woman that will actually bring them peace and intimacy. Yes, ladies, and part of intimacy is sex. Men want peace, and they want sex out of a relationship. And if they can't have those, then they don't want the rest of the relationship either.
Hate to say it, but it's way easier just to buy temporary love. And I still have my peace. It's awesome. Take the intimacy out of a relationship. It becomes a friendship with benefits. This is why a relationship is called an intimate relationship. Just walked away and boy, can I breathe now. Time to focus and let the money and muscles grow. Yes, walking away because I don't want to lose another asset from these gold digger females. I thought they would have figured it out by now. For the women asking, where are the good men? The harsh truth is, they're simply not wanted. These women only start looking for good men after experiencing a string of terrible relationships with men who clearly didn't value them. It's really as if good men are their backup plan, the safety net they turn to when their poor choices catch up with them. Or it could simply be that these women do not qualify for the good man because of how they conduct themselves. Many modern men are turned off by attitudes that are combative, entitled, or self-centered. A lot of these women spent years prioritizing independence to the point of neglecting the qualities that build strong, lasting partnerships, such as kindness, femininity, and mutual respect. Instead, they've built walls so high that men see no point in trying to climb them.
It just broke a guy's heart. Like the nicest guy I've ever met. Like, he would have done anything for me. And I'm just searching for a feeling that might not exist. Like a type of love. Really sucks. Just so sad that he's sad. I'm sad.
Not that sad.
This here is a prime example of why being a nice guy doesn't get you loved. It gets you used. She outright stated that she found a man who would have done anything for her, yet she still broke his heart. It's a painful truth that some men only learn after years of being taken for granted. For many, this lesson comes far too late, whether after multiple marriages or countless failed relationships. These men often pour their hearts into relationships, thinking their kindness, loyalty, and willingness to sacrifice will be enough. But instead of being appreciated, they're seen as a safety net or an option rather than a priority. Their generosity becomes a tool for others to exploit, leaving them emotionally drained and questioning their own worth. The harsh reality is that being a nice guy isn't enough if the person you're giving your all to doesn't truly value or respect you. It will never work out.
I have not been on a date in like 2 years. So I feel like if I do go on one, it's gonna be bad because I don't know what the hell I'm doing anymore. Like, what do you talk about? What do you say? What if they don't like you? Anyway, the thought of a date, I would probably throw up before. I can't do it. I can't do it again.
Where are the single men at in Atlanta that are not absolutely unhinged? Where do they be at? That's it. That's the post.
So I have a question for men, like, genuinely. So, you know when a woman sees a guy that she likes and he has these good characteristics that she really likes and sees in him and wishes that she has that, such as, like, if a man was to remember that it was my birthday and make the day really special, that's such a green flag for me, and that's husband material. What is something that a man sees as wifey material for a woman? What is it when you look at a woman and think that is wifey material? Because I can't think of any that men have explicitly said, and I'm just trying to find what a man truly sees as wifey material, because I just can't think of anything apart from, like, you know, peace and quiet. But is that really wifey material? Like, is that where the bar is at this point? So if anyone can tell me what, you know, men see as wifey material, let me know.
Easy. Loyalty, respect, appreciation, trustworthy, and makes him feel wanted. Shows empathy and honestly just likes him for who he is as a person rather than what he can provide. It's really basic stuff.
Other than loyalty, men want a woman who can be their peace, someone who brings calm and stability to their lives, not drama or constant conflict. Men want to know that they have a safe space, a place where they can truly relax and feel comfortable, without the fear of being judged or criticized. It's about feeling accepted for who they are, flaws and all, and knowing they can be vulnerable without fear of rejection or manipulation. A peaceful, supportive partner is often more important to a man than anything else. To be honest, men don't necessarily look for wives first. They look for someone they genuinely enjoy being around. Someone who makes them feel good about themselves, someone with whom they can share laughter, respect, and simple moments. Relationships develop naturally from this foundation. Men need time to see if a connection is real before committing to something as serious as marriage. They want to know that the woman they're with is someone who adds value to their life, not just someone who demands things from them or brings emotional chaos.
I just want to give you an insight into like what being a single girl in your 20s is like right now. So me and my friends went out this weekend. You know, we got dressed up. We were looking cute. We went to a couple bars. Nobody really came up to us. If you're a single girl, you probably know like guys just like don't come up to girls anymore, especially if you're in a group. We're at the last bar and this guy does come up to us, and it ended up being that he was a pilot and he had some other red flags that we were like, Like all said and done, we were like, hey, that was a successful night. Like at least one guy came up to us. We're like, okay, that was a win. A win is a win. That is what dating is like right now.
I hear women say, I don't want no boring man. I don't want a soft man. Sus, he's not boring. Neither is he soft. He is emotionally intelligent. That man prefers peace over toxicity. That man got his priorities in order. That man is nurturing to that woman. That man is attentive to that woman. That man would rather be next to that woman than out there in the streets. So sus, he's not boring. He's not soft. He's emotionally intelligent. And he ain't for everybody. And y'all already know what this is. A big old fact.
Women who call men boring and calm are often women who are operating from a place of chaos. They're used to drama, excitement, and constant emotional highs and lows. These are the women who don't know how to handle the quiet guys, the men who are stable, grounded, and not feeding into the toxicity they're accustomed to. They mistake peace for dullness because they're used to relationships where volatility and conflict are the norm. For them, a calm demeanor feels like boredom because they've never experienced the comfort of steady, reliable love. These women often find themselves drawn to the bad boys or the emotionally unavailable men who stir up their emotions, but ultimately leave them feeling empty. The quiet, calm men, the ones who don't create chaos, who treat them with respect and patience, aren't flashy or dramatic enough to keep their attention. But deep down, these women are missing out on the kind of partner who could bring them the peace and stability they really need.
Let me tell y'all something, ladies. The best time of day to go to Home Depot is not only in the morning. After 4 o'clock is a great time because after they leave their jobs and they realize that they need stuff for the next day or whatever the case is, or they're going back to finish a job for someone, for a homeowner, or they're going home and doing a job. They're swarming Home Depot at that time. So if you're looking for your construction man, go after 4. I promise you between 4 and 5, you will find you a contractor.